following message is presented by Community Gospel Church in Bremen, Indiana. It is our great privilege to share this ministry with you. We in no way intend for this to be a replacement for the local church. It is our prayer that this would serve as a resource to help make Jesus Christ known in our congregation and other congregations gathering across the world. For more information about Community Gospel Church, visit www.communitygospelchurch.com.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, or maybe it's even good evening for you, depending on when you are punching in and listening to this congregational update video. Hey, my name is Jordan, and I am the lead pastor here at Community Gospel Church. I know a lot of you know me and know who I am, but maybe you're new, and maybe you're thinking to yourself, hey, who's this guy, and what is this all about? This video is to give you an update on where we have been the past month, what is currently transpiring in and through Community Gospel, and then what we have coming up for the next month. So the reason that we release these videos is to just give our congregation an opportunity to hear what's going on and for people to get excited about what the Lord is doing in and through his people. So let's go back first and let's look at what has transpired in the month of May and just some things that we can praise the Lord for. The top of the list is Baptism Sunday. Baptism Sunday was absolutely fantastic. If you didn't get a chance to see Baptism Sunday in its entirety, you can check that out on our YouTube video. You can hear the message in a shortened version. It's its own video on the reason and importance of baptism, or you can see the whole entire service. The testimonies were fantastic. That is a great video that you can use to send to a loved one that you care about and say, hey, would you take a look at this? Somebody who is not a believer, this is an opportunity for them to hear the gospel and respond to that gospel. Those of us who are believers, this is a good opportunity for us to be encouraged. So go ahead and revisit that, and you'll see all of the modifications that we have made in the sanctuary really come to fruition in that video, because we had a really cool baptism angle so you could actually see what was going on in the tank. Just all those things that have been transpiring in the past couple of months really manifested, and we saw that on Baptism Sunday in May. Also, we have multiple ministries that are kind of landing this winter season, spring season, if you will, and moving into summer in regards to just doing book studies together and finishing up some of these things, and then moving into this new summer season. We've seen multiple volunteers who are punching into ministries in regards to new volunteers, and then continued volunteers, volunteers who have previously served continuing to serve. So if you're a new volunteer or you have been serving for a long time, I just want to say thank you so much for contributing your gifts and abilities for the gospel and making Christ known in those various different areas. So thank you for what you are doing, regardless of the area that you serve in or the ministry that you serve in. We've also not just seen new volunteers, but we're also seeing people who are taking the step in regards to covenant membership. So we have a lot of people who have come into the fold in regards to covenant membership. And if you're interested about covenant membership and what that looks like at Community Gospel, see Pastor John or myself. You can also email the church office at admin@cgccommunity.com. And we'd love to talk to you about what covenant membership looks like. Women's ministry celebrated all the moms on Mother's Day Sunday, as we saw in regards to giving some carnations out to all the women in our church. And then they also got a cool little water bottle sticker. And then men's ministry has started their simplified Bible study. So those are two things that are going on this spring and then moving into the summer. You're going to see some other things, because some of you women are probably like, wait, hold on a second. That was like a one-time event. You're going to see some things coming up in regards to women's ministry in the next few months. So stay tuned for those things coming up in the midweek communication. If you don't get that midweek communication, check that box on the bottom portion of the slip on Sunday morning, and you'll see that come into your email. If you don't see that in your email, it might be in your spam folder, or you can, well, that's number one. Number two is, though, if you miss it and you accidentally deleted it and can't find it, you can find that on the homepage of the church website every single week too as well. Youth culminated in regards to being done with Club E. We saw great participation there as the students finished strong, impressing the truths of Scripture upon their heart. So the young youth, and then also like middle school and high school students, had the opportunity to have night of worship and bring their calendar year to a close. And then you're going to see all these events in regards to children's and youth coming up in the next couple of months. So keep your eye on that homepage of our website. You'll see all the links and activities, and we'll talk about some of those things too as well. So those are some of the things that we are celebrating in regards to what has transpired. Now let's talk about some of the things that are going to transpire and that are currently transpiring too as well. We are in the month of June going to finish up our Genesis series. So Genesis 49, Genesis 50, Pastor John's going to come and speak to us from Romans chapter 5, which is really going to take all of that information from Genesis and show it in a way that is presented in the New Testament by Paul. We have Family Sunday coming up in June, and my dear friend Newt Larson is going to be with us. Newt's always fantastic when he is with us, so make sure that you're marking your calendars for June 30th to be there for Family Sunday. Moving into July, and I know I'm a little ahead of myself, but we do have sports camp coming up, so make sure you're signing up campers as well as signing up to volunteer. We would love to see these things happen sooner rather than later. We know we have a lot of you who are like kind of like week before, 2 weeks before, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot, I'll sign that up. But this is a great way to save the date in regards to participating by signing up. Also, start inviting people to sports camp just by that invitation. Just saying, hey, like, love to have you at sports camp. Would love to have your student at sports camp, and then send them that link and get them signed up too as well. So we're starting that push in June as we look for sports camp in July. Some other things that are just transpiring, a lot of our staff and ministry heads are moving into this summer season. It is a little bit more relaxed in regards to the summer, but we still have things that are transpiring and things that are going on. So this isn't like a time where we just shut down. This is where we kind of ease into that summer season and have the opportunity to really remember the importance of the Sunday gathering, remember the importance of being plugged into various ministries, and then also the importance of just remaining consistent. We know a lot of our church family travels during the summer, and we know that there's a lot of things that you participate in regards to the summer with students and sports, but we're going to strive as a church family to be as consistent as possible with the Sunday morning gathering. We know that's so important for us in our fellowship, because not only do we have the opportunity to bring people into that through evangelism efforts, but really this is where our edification happens as we gather together, as we do those one another's. So June, we're going to finish up, like I said, that Genesis series. You're going to see men's ministry and women's ministry have their offerings. Youth is really ramping up in regards to what they're going to do with conferences and retreats and things like that. And then we're going to continue the other ministries in regards to, connecting people, even summer bash in regards to InReach. That's coming up too as well. And I know I'm kind of getting ahead of myself because some of these things are happening in the late portions of June and into July. But really, this is a time for us to celebrate all that God has done. I mean, May was just so fantastic and just what God has done this past winter. So this is a season for us to celebrate. I'm reminded too, we're in a new budget year. So the Lord has been faithful in the past, and he continues to be faithful by your gifts. And so if you are giving monetarily to Community Gospel Church, thank you. Continue to do that. Continue to be consistent in these things. I'm reminded of Romans chapter 12 that tells us that we are walking worshipers. Paul says, therefore, be living sacrifices. Make sure that you're holy and pleasing to the Lord. And a way that we do that is by continuing in being consistent. Let's continue to be consistent in our gatherings. Let's continue to be consistent in our using of our gifts, in the participation of what is there for us, and then also in regards to giving, whether that be with our time and our talents or in regards to anything monetarily. So looking forward into June. If you have any questions or comments, by all means, hit us up. Let us know. We will answer those as they come in. But man, looking forward to a fantastic summer together. Until we meet again, I say it all the time. I believe it. The best is yet to come.
Thank you for listening to the Community Gospel Church podcast. If you would like to support this ministry financially, simply log on to communitygospelchurch.com and click the Contribute tab.